So, Mario Kart World, the next installment of the Mario Kart series and the first game released for the brand new Nintendo Switch 2 console. Speaking of, I will briefly talk about because surprisingly, I can knock this thing out in like 60 seconds. I actually ended up picking the thing up minute release on stream, which was a fun time. There was something nostalgic about waiting in line for a new console again.
I just gotta make sure I'm not about to get jumped in the parking lot.
Ah yes, all the memories. I like the look of the console. It's bigger, it's got more power than the Switch 1. And that's about it. They really didn't reinvent the wheel with this one. Hell, they didn't even make a new UI for the thing. That's disappointing. The new Joy-Cons are magnetic now, which I think is neat, an improvement over the original, and the size difference does make it slightly more comfortable to play with. Using them as a mouse is weird. I'll probably try it out for Metroid Prime 4, but outside of that, I really don't see myself using this feature ever again. It just really doesn't make for a comfortable mouse. It's so easy to fall over on its side. Speaking of not using, Nintendo Switch 2 Tour. I did not play this game, and it not being a free-to-play game that comes with the console is nothing short of insane. But enough of that, Mario Kart World. The moment I booted this game up, I just had to try out the new game chat feature, and you'll be happy to know it is just as advertised.
Sounds like fucking dog shit.
Oh my god!
I'm over here.
Oh!
You're so small!
You're so far away!
I'm just gonna stand up and do
Jesus, this level of quality is borderline right up there with Skype calls back in 2003.
Guys, I have a blank screen behind me. It's a green screen. Why is this struggling?
How many frames?
Wow.
Okay.
You'll be happy to know it's just as advertised.
But I won't lie, there is a special charm with the camera showing above your friend's character and spinning every time they get hit. It never ceased to make me laugh.
Wait, I'm gonna wait. Just give me like 5 minutes. Here we go. Oh my god. No.
Why was your camera flipping?
But this right here, this is what Mario Kart is all about. Laughing it up, having fun with your friends and the community, streaming this and racing against all of you and other streamers was a big highlight for me personally.
Guys, I knew it. Oh, my life. Yes, this is it.
Graphically, this game looked absolutely gorgeous, and the new character models look super detailed along with the animations looking top tier. Gameplay-wise, this game takes it to all new heights. The vehicle handling just feels as amazing as ever, and the new abilities like grinding and wall riding really add a layer of skill that I love. Pulling off successful insane tricks are surely going to be the thing that differentiates new players from old players. I could already see people doing the most insane skips ever. It's a welcomed addition. But let's rip the band-aid off right away and talk about the big new feature of this game, the open world. In terms of looks, it is gorgeous. The lighting of the day and night cycle look phenomenal. There are plenty of different biomes that you've come to know in Mario games, like grasslands, to deserts, lava-riddled bases, and snowy mountains. All are here and accounted for, and you'll be happy to know that the main courses within those biomes are very good and super fun to race, just like in Mario Kart 8. Now, outside of that, what had a lot of people interested in though was everything in between those courses, the open world itself. Well, it's okay. There was a sentiment from people online that initially believed that it looked a little too empty, and I can confidently say it does exist in some areas, and it can look pretty barren at times. It's not a constant problem at all, but it does exist. You'll mostly notice this when you run a Grand Prix, which I am feeling a bit mixed on with how they set this up. The first race is your traditional 3 laps in a given map. The next race doesn't start you in the next area in the Grand Prix. The race starts driving to the next area, the lobby just selected, from where you just finished. And in my experience, the intermission drive between locations vary in quality. There are some that are fun and just as dynamic as the regular races, but there is a lot of ones that are just straight lines that don't make the race feel as dynamic as the traditional courses. By the time you get to the second location in question though, after driving for a long time, it's often just 1 lap, and then it's over. It isn't all bad, and part of me does like the idea. It really comes down to the open world design. There are just so many straightaways, and it can feel pretty underwhelming at times. And honestly, I'm not even holding it to just the design. I think what would really help mitigate this feeling is having 200cc, which, yeah, needs to be said. There is no 200cc in this game at the time of release, which I personally don't get. I love 200cc. It is my go-to pick anytime I played Mario Kart 8, and this open world could definitely use it. But by far though, my favorite mode is knockout mode. Kind of think of it like a battle royale. If you fall too far behind by certain checkpoints, you get eliminated. This mode, in my opinion, is perfect for that long drive between biomes, and I've had so much fun playing it. I just really like this mode. It is the perfect mode that complements both the tracks and the open world. It's my go-to pick anytime I stream this game, and it is something I will continue to play with my community for years to come for sure.
Please, 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 don't lose it. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. We're losing. Don't look at me. Chat, don't do it. Chat, don't unsubscribe. Don't unsubscribe. Don't. Oh! Give me your energy. Give me your energy. Never mind. Don't give me your fucking energy. It's cursed. What the fuck?
Also, the Rainbow Road in this game is by far my favorite iteration of this stage.
Oh, we're going up. Oh, Lord, I see him. Oh, there's Jesus. Oh! Wow. Wow, look at the map down there. That looks cool.
Makes completing the Grand Prix so worth it. The music, the spectacle, it just hits on all fronts.
Oh, the music, bro. Oh my God, the train from Balan Wonderworld is here. That's gorgeous.
Better
You know
what?
Snap that screenshot real quick. There we go.
Perfect.
Just to remember this moment. Yeah, the fucking dinosaur!
Definitely try to unlock it and give it a try. I am disappointed though that once you unlock it, you can't access it in the open world. I thought by unlocking it, it would show up in the world permanently and it would look super cool, but alas, it doesn't happen. Now, outside of the game modes we've talked about, how is the open world itself? Does it have a reason to exist? Or a better way to put it is, does it give you the incentive you need to explore? Well, in my opinion, yes and no. You can get new skins for each character via the food you collect in each biome, which so far, at the time of this recording, I think I do have almost all of them, but I am left wanting more reasons to get out and drive. There are a few collectibles and some challenges littered throughout the world, but it doesn't feel fully realized. Maybe if this game had something like a garage system where you could go around the world and buy different garages that you can utilize for your carts, anything to just really incentivize you to go out and drive, giving you a reason to explore. And the reason I say that is because outside of the character skins and carts you could get, there really isn't much else. But that doesn't mean the world doesn't fully feel alive. There are a lot of fun events that do take place in the world, like random events. Some of which are trying to chase enemies and hitting them with a green shell, which I found really fun and challenging whenever those would pop up. There's also this cool mechanic where you can find these trucks that have an open bed, and if you drive into the bed of the truck, you can actually take control of the truck. You're able to cause an insane amount of havoc. It's quite insane to see. You often see wildlife just kind of lingering around, which is nice to see, and you'll see a lot of toads kind of wandering the world just to make it feel even more alive. There is this fun detail where I found these toads waiting for a bus at a bus stop, and I decided to wait and see if it was actually going to be a functioning bus stop, and sure enough, the bus came, they boarded, and then it left. I was actually shocked to see it was a thing. Stuff like that for open worlds is essential to make the world feel alive, and sure enough, Mario Kart does do that. It doesn't do it exceedingly well, but it's there. I do have a small nitpick though that I do want to mention. When you're exploring the open world, you're going to have a lot of trouble figuring out where you are in comparison to the map because the bottom right corner of the mini-map does not have a compass or a true north mark on the map. Essentially, it's really hard to get your bearings and figure out where you want to go and where you're facing, and I really do think the minimap in the bottom right having a north compass would have really helped. Outside of all that though, I am underwhelmed by the collectibles themselves. The P-switches are cool. They spawn challenges in the open world that are really fun to complete, and they really are a good way to practice the new movements of this game like grinding and wall riding. But the Peach coins and the question mark panels are literally the same thing. All you do is drive over them and you get the same thing for both. Stickers. I think the stickers are a neat idea, but there really needs to be something else here. And I am confused why they have two things that functionally are the same thing. They could have all just been Peach coins. I really do wish there was more and something else to collect in this world, outside of just skins. Speaking of skins, I do need to rant about this UI. I don't know why, but it feels like a mess. Why not let you select the character and then in a separate window, select the skin for said character you selected? Mario Kart 8 did this right. I'm so confused. They do have a sort button for obvious reasons because it's a mess, but it still feels like an unnecessary bloating of the character select screen. Car customization is gone in this game, and while I think that's a shame, there is a decent number of cars to choose from, all with varying stats, so it really isn't too bad at all. But with the gameplay being an evolution as well as the open world, I do wish the carts had a bit more of an evolution to them. I think at least visually, having us customize our own carts to stand out against our friends would have been so cool, but alas, you can't do that in this game. I can't stress enough again though, this game is absolutely beautiful and takes full advantage of the Switch 2's power. The overall presentation of this game is top notch, including the music. The remixes and new songs are amazing to listen to, and it really adds to the fun experience. I do wish there's a way to select which song you want to listen to in the open world, but hopefully that's something they could add in later. You can tell a lot of time was put into the gameplay and refining it, as well as the course designs. Even if the open world does fall short in some areas, the game overall is a ton of fun. With that said, is Mario Kart World worth $80? Well, it has Penguin, and Penguin is the best character, so the answer is obviously no. Yeah, all jokes aside, you knew this part of the video was coming. This game has no reason to cost more than the standard full price of a game. I said that months ago on Twitter and got a ton of shit for it, and yeah, I know it's Twitter, people are terminally online, they're gonna be doing that. And yes, back then, I did think Sonic Racing Crossworlds might be the more consumer-friendly option. The reason I thought this is historically, Sonic spin-offs have always been priced lower than full price. But nope. Sonic Racing Crossworlds also fumbled its pricing too. The difference with that game's pricing though, at the very least, it didn't break the norm of base game pricing. I still think it's too much, and I don't agree with how they're doing it, but at least they're not breaking the norm with the gaming industry. And let's be real, we all know Mario Kart World is going to have paid DLC. If Nintendo surprises us with years of free updates, cool. Maybe I can respect the $80 price tag, but right now we're being charged more without being told we're getting more. And I don't believe in the argument that, well, this game is open world, so because Mario Kart has never done this before, this game should charge more. No. Open worlds are not a new concept of gaming. They've been around for decades at this point. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was an amazing open world experience for The Legend of Zelda, which is equally just as popular a series as Mario. And look, it was a full-priced game, and it didn't charge us extra for it taking that next evolutionary step in that series like Mario Kart did here. It was a regular full-priced game. Yeah, they don't go on sale often, that's Nintendo for you, but at base, it was a full-priced game. The missing 200cc mode, in my opinion, is kind of a red flag. That's been a staple for a while now, especially in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but I am worried that's going to end up being behind a paywall in due time. And if that is the case, I'm going to feel pretty shortchanged. I would not put it past them to do that. On top of that, their reasonings for the game being $80 is asinine. They don't really have a reason other than saying that that's what they think the game should be. Huh? The days of Iwata and Reggie are definitely over at Nintendo. Don't get me wrong, this game is fantastic. It's fun, it's beautiful, it's got great new mechanics, and I'll be playing this for a long time. But none of that excuses the price. This easily could have been just $70. And even that's a recent jump. $60 was standard for over a decade. But if it was just $70 full price, I promise you I would not be complaining. But because they're charging more for the base game without any extras, I really just don't want companies to get comfortable doing that. And yeah, there is a hardware bundle that helps you avoid the full $80 price tag. But let's be honest, that's probably the point. They want people like me saying that just to make the price look easier to swallow. That's why they made the bundle. Anyways, that is my thoughts on Mario Kart World, both the good and unfortunately some of the bad. I have no doubts in due time, with updates to the world and such, this game will surpass 8 Deluxe, and I personally had a great time with it. I do wish the controversy of the price did not follow this game. It really doesn't deserve that. A lot of people clearly put a lot of hard work in this game, and those developers really didn't deserve controversy following the game, something that's outside of their control. I hope Nintendo doesn't get too greedy, and I hope the fan base following this series is vocal about this. I'm not going to tell you not to get the game. I'm never the kind of person that would advocate for boycotting anything. But you don't need to take the price they give you and stay silent. You're free to critique where you can, both the game and the business side of things. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of the game or the Nintendo Switch 2 as a whole, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you later, procrastinators.